Happy 4th of July. I hope you guys are doing something exciting or fun, going to the beach, going to the pool, having family over for a cookout, whatever, and to celebrate our country's birthday and our freedom. So today, I'm coming to you because I wanted to share with you my coastal decor. I put it up a couple weeks ago and then I got sick with a summer cold and I went to the beach, and Shelly and I both had summer colds. And we had two friends that came along with us and we did a lot of fun things. But unfortunately, I didn't get to do, Shelly and I didn't get to do our research for our beach etiquette book. But boy, oh boy, we had our eyes open and we have a lot of things to add. We felt so bad. We just didn't feel like getting the camera out, and we looked like crap. And I still have a lingering cold and a gravelly voice, so you'll have to excuse me. But we had a wonderful time. I'll try to insert some pictures in. The two friends that came were a mother and daughter, and the daughter has been taking photography classes, so we just happened to look out. And we were going to go to the Body Island Lighthouse, and she looked up online to see how much it cost to go, and it came up, this was like at 2 o'clock in the morning, that they were having a first time ever moonlight climb to the lighthouse. And that was like, oh wow, this is perfect, because it was full moon. So you couldn't get the tickets till 7 o'clock in the morning. So she stayed up, had all the information plugged in. 7 o'clock, she hit the button and we got tickets, and we were able to go up in the lighthouse for the first time ever, so the ranger said, up to the top of the lighthouse at night. But guess where the moon was? The moon was hiding behind some clouds. Shame on the moon. So Kelly, her name is Kelly, she did get some pictures, and we stayed out there a long time. It was getting kind of scary. The rangers left, everybody left, and we're out here in no man's land at this lighthouse, and she's taking all these pictures. But we wanted her to get what she needed, and we were leaving out, and guess what? The moon popped out. Wouldn't you know it? So she made a U-turn. We went right back, and she got some beautiful pictures. So she hadn't edited them when we left the beach, so I have messaged her and asked her if she's finished editing, if she'll send me a picture or two so y'all can see. But it was fun. It was really fun, and there was a lady out there. Sorry, I'm chatty today. She didn't get tickets. They only had 4 groups that went up, and you can only be, there only could be 18 people in a group, because the lighthouse has a cantilevered stairway. So they would let one person go up to a level, and then that person had to call down and say clear, and then, so it was staggered. There was only one person on each level of the steps at a time. But this lady, she gave the ranger some business. She said she didn't believe they were selling tickets. She got on there at 7 o'clock and she couldn't get her ticket. And then lo and behold, she was standing out at the lighthouse waiting to see if somebody didn't show up for their time slot. She said she planned her vacation around that whole thing. Sorry, we got our tickets at 7 o'clock, and we didn't even know about it till 2 o'clock in the morning. But because of Kelly and her fast thinking, we got it. And it was wonderful. I felt bad for the lady, but I don't know. Yeah, there were only 4 groups of 18, so it was very limited. So maybe next month she can go. They said they would probably do it monthly. They had such a good turnout, and all the tickets sold out in 1 minute. They said 1 minute. So we were very fortunate to go. And then we went over. We went to Duck, which on the Barrier Islands, there's this little town. This is town of Duck, and we took a boat ride over to Sanctuary Winery, or Vineyards, which is across the Sound, and we toured we saw the vineyards, and we did a wine tasting, And then we rode the boat back, and that was a lot of fun. And we had lunch in Duck, but it was crazy crowded down there. I am telling you, everybody. There wasn't a bare spot of sand. There wasn't. It was just so much traffic. It was unbelievable. And even the restaurants were having a hard time because they didn't have enough workers. So they were having to close down like Monday or Tuesday to give the workers a break, you know? So we only went out to eat once. We ate everything else at home. So just a little story about where we were and why I don't have things about the Southern Girls Guide to Beach Etiquette, because we were just, by Saturday when we were on the beach, we were dragging. Somebody's saying crap.
That's what I was thinking.
Crap, crap.
Look at his feathers.
He's following you, Kelly.
Take a picture of that, Susan, with Kelly.
I am.
Trying to meet everybody.
Well,
We're nice though. He's a boy.
He likes to keep pets.
so back to why I'm really here, and it's to show you my coastal decor. Now, it is pretty much everything I had last year. I have moved it around in different places. Now the mantle is pretty similar, but a little different. You know, but I'll show it to you. It's nothing fantastic, but it's beachy, it's coastal. So I'm gonna take the camera down or turn the camera around, whatever the case may be, and show you what I've done. And I'll probably take you in the kitchen. I still have my patriotic in there. I've added a couple things, but nothing much. And then next week I'm gonna take that patriotic stuff down and put my lemons out. So I'll take you along for that. So let's check out all my shells and my seabirds and everything, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, I'm just gonna pan across on the mantle so you can see what I have out. Pretty much the same stuff that I had last year. A few changes, and we'll go through that. Over on this side, I added those little buoy things, floaters, I don't know what they're called, that I got last year. And they were bright white, and I had my husband stain them to darken them down because they were just too white with all the neutrals that were up there. And then I just added the shells and the coral. And these are things that I picked up along the way or had. That big piece of coral belonged to my husband's nanny, and I was lucky to get it. I have another piece. When she was living, it was always on the shelf in her living room, so I was delighted to get it. So I'm just gonna pan around these shorebirds I've had for a long time. Got them at different places, but I believe maybe only one came from TJ Maxx. The others, I think I got down in the Outer Banks. That large shell right there, we got when we were in Nassau. So I hauled that back in my suitcase. So that's a peek at the mantle. Standing back from the mantle, you can see that over here on this little miniature chest, I have this fish that I've had, gosh, probably 10 years. And I just wrapped some fish netting around it and stuck a shell in there. I usually have him in my bathroom. Basically, I have this stuff usually around the house, but I just relocated everything for the summer in here. And then I put this little lantern on the stool because I kind of thought it had a little nautical flair, or reminded me maybe of a watchman's lantern. And then I just put some shells inside this fern, laid them in there. And then over on this little chair, this little minnow bucket belonged to my husband and his brothers when they were younger. They grew up on a river, and it was, you can tell it's pretty roached out. I did have a plant in it one year and kind of messed it up. But anyway, I'm using it in here. He kind of patched it up. And I wanted to show you, I did put shells in it. I really was in search of an old metal sand bucket and shovel. I know you probably have seen them. Probably they were popular back in, before the plastic shovels and buckets came out. But the ones I saw were like $50 and I didn't want to pay that. But I went ahead and I got out my little boys, when they were little boys, they're grown, my son's grown, they're sandals. These little white ones were my son Ben's, and these little tan ones were my son Matt's. And I just put some shells in there. But I thought they would be really cute in a sand bucket. So that's one of the things I'm going to be searching for as I go to estate sales and vintage markets. It's always nice to have things in the back of your mind that you're searching for. And then up here on my pie safe, I just kept everything the same. I love these white pictures up here. And I had some leftover baby's breath from an arrangement, and I just stuck it in there just because I didn't want to throw it out. But I dearly love that, so I left it. And then, of course, now my lighthouse pictures are appropriate because I have my coastal decor up. So, you know, I keep them up all year round. I think I mentioned it in a video, I would like to change that out, but I haven't done it yet. And I don't think I ever showed this pillow on a haul. I got it from Amazon. It was like very reasonable. I want to say maybe $18, but it just reminded me of fishnet, and it's just the jute on it. Now, it's not real comfortable if you want to lay your head on it, that's for sure. And then I'm going to show you the coffee table. I just have this basket, and I put a shorebird in it, and another piece of that coral. And I do have a book about sea glass under there. And of course, shells. Really, coastal decor is very easy to decorate because, especially if you live near the coast, you know, every time you go to the beach, you collect shells. And then, of course, sometimes you buy them or whatever. So around here, it's easy to get coastal decor. And this little clamshell is the one I got at the consignment store, Rooms and Blooms. And this shell, this is an oyster shell. We painted, well, we decoupaged, no, we Mod Podged napkins inside shells. And then I just put gold around the edges. I did, I think, 3 like this. And then I did a couple red, white, and blue patriotic ones. And anyway, I threw it in there. Probably doesn't look like it's appropriate, but I just stuck it in there. So let's walk over here to this. Over here on this chest, I just have this long, lanky shorebird, and I believe I did get him at TJ Maxx, maybe last year, year before, I don't know. I think he's cute on those long, skinny little legs. And then I just wound a garland around his feet that had shells on it. I don't even remember where I got that or anything. And I wanted to show you, now this lamp I've had for a while, and I don't use it except in the summer when I have my coastal decor out. But I wanted to show you this really pretty shell that my sister gave me for Christmas. And someone made it at her school. I believe she said the art teacher made that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I just put some sea glass in there, and it's not sea glass that I found. I couldn't find a piece of sea glass if I stepped on it. I just bought this, and I just dropped one. But Shelly's husband finds it all the time. I mean, he just is really good at spotting it. So I think that's pretty cute. And this little guy, let me turn him a little bit. There he goes. How about that? I think he looks cute. This little table between my husband's chair and this other chair, I cannot put much on there because my husband at night puts his book there and his iPad, and so I just kind of keep it as clean and clear as I can. But I had this little jar and I put a flower from the yard and the flag, and then that little basket. I know I've shown you this multiple times. I got it from the estate sale a couple months ago, for almost nothing. I thought it was so cute, and just put some shells in it. Over on the secretary, I didn't change much at all. I added that plate, that crab plate, and that little fish is one I showed in a haul that I got at Target. And then the little sea stars and some oyster shells. And that's pretty much it for that. So we'll go over to my little foyer. I do have a little Ray Dunn pillow there. All right, let's go into the foyer. I'm not really even going to show you the dining room because I didn't really do anything coastal in there. I did want to mention that I painted my front door with the Fusion chalk paint, and the color is putty. I just felt like it needed a little bit of, I don't know, some color. I was tired of that old, builder's grade off-white they had painted it. And I also did the closet door. And in sunlight it kind of looks more gray than others, but it really is kind of a good blend between, I guess it's a good grayish color. But I did not have any of the Fusion wax to put over the chalk paint. So I just used I think it was Mim wax, bowling alley wax or something. Just something my husband had in the garage, and I used the little round wax brush that you buy when you get your chalk paint. But it didn't seem to matter that it wasn't the Fusion brand. It turned out fine. And then on the little foyer table, I just have a little shell lamp and a shorebird and a little tray with some shells. And I really do like this oyster shell votive candle holder. I don't even remember where I got that. So it's very simple, just add some shells and a few things and call it a day. And on this side of my little bitty foyer or alcove, this is the same as you've seen, and all I did was switch out the picture. I can't even remember what picture I had there, and put this picture of an old beach cottage in Old Nag's Head that has long since fallen into the ocean. Got it many, many years ago. A man was selling his photographs outside of a restaurant, and I bought it. And I don't know, the cottage just, it's so, it's just the perfect image of what old beach cottages used to look like. Over here in these apothecary jars, I just added some shells and some sea glass and a picture of a lighthouse that I got when I was down in Savannah, Tybee area. It is a picture of the real lighthouse, and I can't remember the name of it, that's in the water between Savannah and Tybee Island. It is not the Tybee Island lighthouse, but it's a little small lighthouse, and it does have a name, but I can't remember. And then my flowers have just about bit the dust. And I did want to show you the pictures I hung up. Remember last video I showed you these pictures that I had ordered from Amazon. I got 6 of them, I think for $14.95. The frames are from, I had bought 2 frames, and I went back to Target and I got the other frame and I framed it up, and I think it looks really good. It kind of draws your eye in and up. I like them. It was a very cheap project. Now let's just step over into the kitchen. I'll show you just the couple changes that I made. The only thing I did in here was I had a brain epiphany, I guess. I remembered, hey, I have a blue thermos and a red thermos. Why not get it out? And I wish that I had a white thermos or a white thermos with red or blue on it, but I don't. But again, that's something I can search for when I'm at vintage markets or estate sales or whatever. And then I added this little sign, and I showed this on my Instagram. Let me grab it. It is the cutest little sign, and I ordered it from 6 on Oak. I've ordered several signs from them in the past, and I just think it is darling. I cannot remember how much I paid for it. I want to say either $10 or $12, but I was so pleasantly surprised when I got it. And if I've shown this to you before, I apologize. I can't remember. I know it came in after I put my patriotic decor up. But anyway, I think it's adorable, and I think it was well worth the money. It looks like a lot of work went into it. Putting those little stars on would have driven me crazy. But anyway, I'm going to see what she has for the fall because I just think it's adorable. Well, friends, thanks for tuning in today. And like I said, I hope y'all are having a wonderful time on your 4th long weekend. I hope to get this video up today. If not, it'll be tomorrow. I'm waiting for Kelly to send me those lighthouse pictures, and then I'll get it up for you. And then in the next week, I will get my lemon decor out and switch out the kitchen, and I'll take you along on that. I'll show you how I try to do it and my mindset and what I do, and that's crazy. I mean, really, but we'll try to do it together. I'm not very good at that, but we will try to do it together. So I guess I have to say goodbye now. I've talked and talked and talked. At least I can talk. At least I have a voice now. It was rough going there for a while. If any of you have gotten these summer colds, they're terrible. My mother got one, and excuse me, I hadn't even been around her, so I did not get mine from my mother, and hers lingered too. So anyway, it's just got to work its way out. So I'm gonna let you go, and I'll see you next time, and y'all be good and happy decorating. Bye.